pushback and say, well, then why is it the After School Satan Club? Why couldn't you call it something else? Why would it be, why not be something different? And our thing is we're denigrated enough. People don't understand a lot of the pro-social values we rally around. We want people to know we're active in the communities and we're doing productive things, and we want to do these kinds of things in our name.
What's happening, people? Buzz here. So we need to talk about this satanic display that was at the Iowa State Capitol. That a hero that wasn't wearing a cape destroyed it, and he was charged with fourth-degree criminal mischief. So this is the man right here, Michael Cassidy. He was arrested after allegedly tearing down the Iowa Satanic Temple's Baphomet display. True hero right there, guys. Here's what the temple had to say in response. But we ask that for safety, visitors travel together and use the 7 tenets. Don't know what that is. As a reminder for empathy, knowledge that justice is being pursued the correct way through legal means, the group wrote. Happy holidays. Hail Satan. Oh. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. This is scary right here. This is something you see in movies that you want to stay away from. You don't even want to touch it, think about it, or say the name. Like, you definitely want to stay away from this right here, right? I mean, I can understand why he destroyed this thing. I mean, look at this. If you're a Christian, you see this in your capital, you're going to be like, oh, fuck no. Need to get rid of this. We got a goat head. It's probably a man underneath that robe. We got what was that? The pentagram with another goat head, bunch of candles. That's some stuff you see in some movies. Like, hell no, I don't want to be anywhere near that, nor I want that in my capital. Now, we're just telling people who don't like us, our enemies, that we're full on Satanists now. We are okay with abortion. We're okay with the drug use, with all the criminal mischief that's going on. Our youth are absolutely retarded. And now we got Satanism in our capitals. Fox News, satanic display inside Iowa State Capitol destroyed. Man charged, officials say. Now, here's the founder. We're going to watch this here in a minute. And he talks about all the school programs, the after school programs where you go and you're supposed to learn things about society and be a good person. So Satanism is taking a hold of that, apparently. The Satanic Temple's display inside Iowa State Capitol was destroyed on Tuesday, according to the police. A spokesperson for the Iowa State Police told Fox News Digital that Michael Cassidy, 35, was arrested after allegedly tearing down the Iowa Satanic Temple's Baphomet display. He was charged with fourth-degree criminal mischief. Iowa Code 716.6 defines criminal mischief in the fourth degree as an act of criminal mischief if the cost of replacing, repairing, or restoring the property that is damaged, defaced, altered, destroyed exceeds $300 but does not exceed $750. Criminal mischief in the fourth degree is a serious misdemeanor. So it doesn't exceed $750 and it's above $300. So that means this thing is easily replaceable. In a text message to Fox News Digital, Cassidy confirmed he tore down the satanic display, which was erected last week by the Satanic Temple of Iowa to represent the group's right to religious freedoms. Religious freedoms, yeah, this, America was basically founded on religious freedoms because people across the pond were actually getting killed and persecuted, thrown in jail because they wanted to worship their God in a different way. Thus, we had the Pilgrims come with the Mayflower, Puritans, Quakers, etc. There's that picture again. Very scary. Ooh, I got the goat head with some sort of weird looking wreath. Cassidy previously ran an unsuccessful campaign in 2022 to unseat Representative Michael Guest, our Missouri, I guess. The former congressional candidate didn't elaborate on why he tore down the statue, but posted Bible verse Thursday night after X being charged. 1 Peter 5:8, King James Version. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. He posted. Yeah. So if you see this right here roaring around, you don't give it your ear because that's what the Bible verse is saying. Seeking who he may devour. Now, if you give him your ear, you're gonna let him into your life. He gets bigger in your life. He takes the hold of your life. Next thing you know, you're worshiping him, or you're being tormented in some sort of horrific way. This picture, look at this. We got 2 children looking up at a goat-headed man what appears to be that medical symbol with 2 snakes around a wand or something. I've seen that in the hospital plenty of times. It looks exactly like that. We got the star, pentagram. Star looks to be upright, and behind it's an upside down star. That's weird. In a Facebook post, the Satanic Temple of Iowa wrote that the display was beyond repair. Fourth degree criminal mischief we just went over is under $750, so it seems pretty cheap unless it was handmade, which I mean, this looks handmade, but I don't think that's what was destroyed. I think this was it right here. Quote, we ask for the safety. Visitors travel together using the seven tenets as a reminder for empathy and the knowledge that justice is being pursued in the correct way through legal means. The group wrote, happy holidays, hell, Satan. Iowa Republican Governor Kim Reynolds condemned the display's presence, but said it should be countered with more speech. Quote, like many Iowans, I find the Satanic Temple's display in the Capitol absolutely objectionable. Reynolds wrote, in a free society, the best response to objectionable speech is more speech. And I encourage all those of faith to join me today in praying over the Capitol recognized the nativity scene that will be on display, the true reason for the season. So, I mean, we got to talk about the hypocrisy here, unfortunately, because you have two religious symbols. We have the Satanist symbol with the, whatever goat head, and then you have the nativity scene, which is basically baby Jesus being born, and, the kings that came with the gifts. Two religious symbols. Obviously, one seems better than the other. I wouldn't want the evil one being our capital as opposed to the good one, but there's the hypocrisy there, right? I mean, if someone went and destroyed this nativity scene, honestly, people probably wouldn't have cared. People don't really care about religion as much anymore. It's kind of like pushed aside, like whatever. The Christians are, punching bags nowadays. They don't really fight back. They just try to peacefully protest, and they're attacked and yelled at, shouted at, spit at, whatever, called bigots, racist, and everything in between by the LGBTQ community, the progressive left, etc. This Satanic Temple Church here, it has every right to be in the Capitol, but on a moral standard, I just don't think it should be there, guys. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a hypocrite too. I would probably tear it down as well. Charge me with that crime too, because I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want my kids seeing that and thinking Satan is okay. Like, I don't think it's okay. I don't think worshiping that, sacrificing babies, drinking blood, whatever sort of rituals they perform is okay at all. Neither should you. Co-founder of the Satanic Temple, Lucian Greaves. That's a very satanic. Lucian Greaves. That's a name. Previously told KCCI Demones that the display would remain up for 2 weeks. Quote, we're going to relish the opportunity to be represented in a public forum. We don't have a church on every street corner. Greaves said, my feelings as if the people don't like our display in public forums. They don't have to engage them. They don't have to view them. Yeah, I mean, correct. You don't have to come here and look at this shit, but it's gonna be hard not to look at this. How could you not miss this? This is insanely creepy, guys. Like, you see this in the church or anywhere, you're gonna be freaking out. Like, whoa, what's going on in the back rooms over there? Is there someone dying? Do I need to call 911? Because this is crazy creepy right here. I don't know, guys. We have the right to freedom of religion, freedom of speech, Second Amendment, etc. Unfortunately, this is one of those freedoms that we should allow. I'm not advocating for this whatsoever. I'm just saying, protest it. Tell your leaders that, hey, we don't want this in our capital. Tell them to put this statue in their church over there on the outskirts of town, out of town, like they do, with some pornographic DVD stores, alcoholic stores. At least they do that here in Texas. I don't know about any other state. But still, take it out of town. Take it away from kids' views. Don't allow them to have after-school programs to teach these kids these things, whether it's good or bad. Because let's face it, it's not like the devil's going to straight up say, hey, kids, we want to sacrifice you. You want to join us? There? No, it's going to be a trick. It's going to be trick or treat, right? Let's watch this video.
To other religious after school clubs that are in school districts, some of them specifically meant to proselytize and convert children. And there was a recognition that a lot of parents didn't approve of that.
Hold on, guys. I mean, let me look at his eyeball, guys. Y'all see his eyeball? He's missing an eye or something. It's like a white looking haze on his eye. Like, if that guy came up to me and I was a kid and he was like, hey, you want to go to this after school program? And I look at his eye and I'm like, oh shit. Automatically that's gonna scare me. And I'm just gonna, walk away like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. Maybe them over there, maybe, but not me. And then he says, I'm with Satan. Oh, fuck no. I'm running.
That kind of activity, but we're using after school clubs as kind of a daycare. So we wanted to give them an option to send children to something that wasn't going to proselytize, because despite being run by the Satanic Temple, our after school clubs don't contain items of religious opinion and don't proselytize. We often run into the question then people give.
Don't contain religious items and don't proselytize. That's the whole point of doing these after school programs. If you're the founder of a satanic temple church, you're not just gonna have these children around and not tell them about your religion. Just like these LGBT plus teachers, they have the flags up. They talk to them about the pronouns. Tell them don't tell the parents. I'm sure they would be doing the same thing here. Obviously,
Push back and say, well, then why is it the after school Satan Club? Why couldn't you call it something else? Why would it be, why not be something different? And our thing is we're denigrated enough. People don't understand a lot of the pro-social values we rally around. We want people to know we're active in the communities and we're doing productive things. And we want to do these kinds of things in our name. We don't want to proselytize to kids, but we want people to recognize that we're here. And further, we feel that if we didn't put our name on it, if we were trying to keep that in the background, I think people would have even stronger objections still. Well, originally, we had a really kind of complex curriculum and we had consulted people in the field of education, and we really wanted to build something that would, be a fruitful endeavor for the kids. And then it got a little too elaborate, and we realized that kids are coming to an after school club. They're not going into a degree program. So we kind of walked back on that and moved back towards a more kind of self-directed learning process where we have games, puzzles, activities, and other things that are educational for the kids, but they can choose which ones they want to work with. And there's people on hand who represent the club who will then guide the children through what the activities mean, what the lessons are, what the solutions to the puzzles are, and that type of thing. Well, I really hope that the after school clubs are just a landing place for the people who feel like the other clubs aren't an option for them and do feel that there's a heavy handedness to the proselytizing in other clubs, and just a kind of place where people who feel like they're a part of our community, can come and meet each other and have this kind of educational program. There's always pushback, there's always controversy whenever we open up. But I think it's important for people to realize that they don't have to engage with this. They don't have to send their kids. We're not here. We're not after them. If they don't want any part of it, we don't want them to be any part of it. And I feel like even if they object to what they think we stand for, they should value the government neutrality that we have here in the US as part of our religious freedom that we should maintain and we should strive to uphold.
Yeah. Religious freedom, after school daycare programs. They have these curriculum they want your kids to follow. How are poor communities gonna deny, free daycare or after school programs if it is free? That's gonna be real hard to say no from someone who worships Satan if they're like, look, we don't have a curriculum, we're not trying to teach them this garbage, but secretly we do have a curriculum and we are gonna teach them this garbage. I mean, he just said that they didn't want to go into this crazy, you know, program, college like whatever deal that they were trying to do. So they decided to downgrade to different puzzles, stories, and all this other stuff to the curriculum that would then convert them. Obviously, that makes total sense. Why would you want to run a daycare program and not tell the children, whoever's there at your program, about your religion, about your whatever is important to you? And obviously, religion is important to these individuals. Otherwise, they wouldn't be having after school daycare programs. I mean, schools have them because they're schools, because children send their children to school, and because they might have programs after school because they'll need it for extra credits to learn something. Maybe they got in trouble, have to stay after class for whatever reason. And these people are just taking advantage of, parents in the system who needs these kinds of things. I'm sure they would, if you come after children, that's the most easiest and malleable people to come after. They don't know really nothing. They barely have any time on this earth to understand anything. And all they do understand is what the adults are telling them. If the adults are telling them that, hey, Satan good, Jesus bad. I mean, look at this cute little picture. I mean, that puzzle you played was fun, right? You colored that diagram of, Satan with the goat head. He's okay, right? He looks like a cartoon. Not bad. Okay, right? Then they grow up and they get more, intrusive and into this program that they're running. The next thing you know, they're possibly sacrificing babies, drinking blood, if that's what they do, which highly likely they do that. I mean, why wouldn't the evil do something like that, right? Good's supposed to do good, evil's supposed to do bad. That's just how it goes, yin and yang. That's how everything works out. Unfortunately, there's always has to be a darkness to light, and Satanism is probably that darkness. If you can't see that, then you need you need some serious help or something, because that is the most obvious thing, right? I mean, Satanism bad, Jesus good, or don't look into none of it at all. Don't even practice none of it. Be an atheist, which I don't know. I wouldn't recommend. You need to have some sort of perspective as to what happens to you when you die. Obviously, something has to happen. It can't just be nothingness, right? Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this Satanist church. Whether it's okay, should they have had it, not had it, should they keep it in their little churches? What about this after school programs? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, comment, subscribe to BuzzFeed. See you on the next one.